We're going to go ahead and cover the hand, the bones of the hand that is. Currently we're looking at the back side, so the posterior portion of the hand. If we turn it over, we are then looking at the palmar side, the anterior side of the hand. So on this particular model, we are studying a right hand. I'm just going to go down the line of our terms here and kind of point them out as we go. I will show you in more than one view just in case you find one particular view more helpful to you than, say, another. So to start off, we're going to focus on our phalanges. So those are our fingers. They're simply numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each portion of your phalange has a distal, middle, and proximal portion. So remember, proximal being in close proximity, so it's close. Distal being a distance away. So distal, middle, proximal, distal, middle, proximal, etc., etc. The only one that's different, though, is the thumb, speaking of which, has its own term called the pollex. The pollex is only going to have a distal and proximal. There is no middle portion of the phalange here. From each finger or phalange, we then have a metacarpal. And as these are long bones, we've got the head, shaft, and base of each one. So head being against the phalange, the shaft, which is the long portion, and then the base, which is against your wrist bones or your carpal bones. All right, that covers those. Let's go ahead and focus on our carpal bones. There's quite a few sayings that you can use to try and help you remember the order of these. I am going to use a school-appropriate saying that goes, straight line to pinky, here comes the thumb. Okay, straight line to pinky, here comes the thumb. And so you start with this large cashew-shaped carpal bone that's below where you would find the thumb. And then you're going to draw kind of like a straight line over to where the pinky is. So straight line to pinky ends up being scaphoid. I've also heard it pronounced scaphoid, so it's your preference. Scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform. Triquetrum, I think, is quite close to the pisiform, and the pisiform is like a little pea shape, so that should help you remember those. So straight line to pinky, scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform. We can then jump up to hamate, capitate, trapezoid, trapezium. And I remember that the trapezium is close to the thumb, trapezium, thumb. That's your carpal bones from the posterior. Let's go ahead and go over them from the anterior. You may prefer this view, and that's fine too. Again, I just kind of find this little cashew-shaped carpal. We know that's going to be our scaphoid or scaphoid. So scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum, pisiform. The hamate on the anterior side has this little handle. Hopefully you can see that there. So that is a nice little giveaway for the hamate. So the hamate has a handle. Capitate, trapezoid, and then trapezium is against the thumb.